Happy Monday, everybody. You know, one of the benefits of my job is that it doesn't require all my brain. Doesn't require my undivided attention. So while I'm working, I'm constantly listening to something, whether it's music, sermons, shows on YouTube, something. I always have something in my ear. But one of the things that I do every day is listen to sermons. So I have like a whole lineup of pastors that I listen to. A couple weeks ago, I was listening to one, and at the end of the sermon, he presented a challenge to those who were listening. And that challenge was to reach out to people who are close to you, just a few of them, like 2 or 3, and ask them, what is it that you need to hear about yourself that is preventing you from going to the next level? Because, we all have blind spots in our lives. We all have that area that really is a point of contention, but it's kind of like, I don't really want to let that go. I don't really want to stop doing that. Or that excuse of, this is just who I am. So I reached out to 2 friends that have known me for a long time. One for 17 years, the other one for 15 years. And I asked the question. Took them a while to get back to me, because they both were like, well, you're very self-aware, so I don't know what to tell you. And with their responses, it was stuff that I already know. But, it's just good to hear it. So, but one of them was that I needed to basically let go sometimes and relinquish some control. And that's true. I do have control issues, trust issues, whatever. But that's something that I am aware of, and I have been intentional about working on these last few years. So I put that on like my little growth point sheet for this year, and that little bullet point said that there's freedom in relinquishing control. And y'all, the fact of the matter is, we don't get to where God is calling us to be, and we don't become who God created us to be as a solo mission. It takes at least 2, maybe more, but at least 2 to to live out the will of God for our lives. And that's just simply to keep us from becoming self-righteous, prideful, thinking that we got it all under control, because we were created for community. You know that song, who was it? Maybe Hezekiah Walker. I need you, you need me, we're all a part of God's body. It is his will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. Didn't plan on bringing that song up, but it's a good point. We need each other. We need community. Yes, we need the Godhead. We need the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We need all of them. But we also need each other, because resources flow through relationships. There are gifts, talents, and all kinds of resources stored up in other people that God is wanting to connect you to. And maybe, just maybe, you're not getting where you're supposed to be because you think you got it all under control. No, you don't, because if you did, you'd be further than where you are. Okay? Case in point, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 through 12, okay? Says, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one will lift up his companion, but woe to him who is alone when he falls, for he has no one to help him up. Again, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one be warm alone? Though one may be overpowered by another, 2 can withstand him, and a threefold cord is not easily broken. You, another, and the Lord make it happen. It may be more than 2, but it takes at least 2 to make a thing go right. Another song reference, yes, absolutely. You need other people. You need connection. And, yeah. You can't do it alone. Stop trying to do it alone. You out here spinning your wheels, getting frustrated because life is not moving in the direction that you want it to move, or maybe not in the pace that you want it to move. And it's because you don't have a team. You don't have a crew. You don't have a tribe. You don't have a family. You don't have people that you're connected to. God is not a God of voids. And because of that, there's a good chance that he sent people to you. And if you don't have community, it's probably less about the people around you and more about whatever may be going on the inside of you. So maybe you have trust issues, maybe you are wrestling with rejection issues, abandonment issues, whatever the issue may be, but you may have issues. So my advice to you is just to pray this simple prayer. Search me, O God, and know my heart, and reveal if there's any wicked way in me. Reveal if there's anything twisted on the inside of me that's preventing me from connecting with other people. To have friends, you have to present yourself friendly. So maybe you haven't quite tapped into how to be a friend yet, and that's why you don't have friends. I'm not saying this to make you feel bad, but I am challenging you to examine your heart. There's some connections out there for you, and those things are meant to propel you to the next level. And there are things on the inside of you that can be used to help propel the next person to the next level. But you can't be out here living selfishly. You have to connect. It takes two to live out the will of God. Abraham couldn't do it alone. It took Sarah to produce Isaac. Noah, bless his heart, if his family hadn't got on the boat with him, he just would have been the only person on earth, and then humanity would have died out. Mary, she was pregnant with God's baby, and God still made sure she had a husband so she wouldn't be out here as a single mother. I'm just saying. He was looking out. So just like he looked out for Abraham and Mary and Noah and even David, King David, he was so wise and a warrior in all of this, but he still has the prophet Solomon and Nathan to help keep him reined in, because he has some issues of his own, and we have issues of our own, and God will send community to come around us to help us move through our issues and be exactly who it is that God has called us to be. Where's your community? Where's your tribe, your crew, your squad, your whatever you want to call them? If you don't have them, I promise you need them. Get connected, because it takes at least two to live out the will of God for your life. Have a happy Monday.